I, Meghan Megalomaniac Markle, do declare by the powers that I have invested in myself.
Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados. Well, there are a few things we need to discuss today. I wanted to talk about unconscious bias and what that really means. We're also going to talk about Meghan Markle's new look. And the third thing is some comments I want to talk about as well. Let's just get right into it. First of all, unconscious bias. I really try not to use the word gaslighting because it is so overused. There is no need for me to also indulge in using it. But look, what it really means, gaslighting, is to tell somebody how they feel. It is also like throwing rocks and hiding your hand, which Meghan Markle is very good at doing. Let me just go. Let me go. Can I go? Okay. Listen, when she talks about somebody said something about the color of the skin of the baby, okay, and she didn't say what the person said, who said it, and all of that, that immediately tells me that it's not true. And I feel like the statute of limitations on that truth has expired. And we can probably just assume that that didn't really happen. Meghan Markle wrote a personal letter to King Charles about unconscious bias in the royal family. She is telling King Charles, at the time Prince Charles, how he feels. Dun dun dun! Let me give you the definition of this nothing burger of a phrase, unconscious bias. Unconscious biases are social stereotypes about certain groups of people that individuals form outside of their own conscious awareness. In other words, you're dumb and you don't even know you're dumb. She's going to tell him that he doesn't even know that he's prejudiced. Let's unpack that. We're talking about a girl who knows nothing about nothing. She's megnorant. She thinks she can tell somebody, right? Like Prince Charles, how he really feels. Unconscious? That's basically telling King Charles that you're an idiot and you know not what you feel. Maybe she feels King Charles is just like his half-idiot son, Prince Harry, so she can just mold him and tell him how to feel and how to think. Maybe she feels that King Charles is Procter & Gamble, that she could write them a little note and tell them that we, a class of little 11-year-olds, think that you should have men washing dishes, not women. Furthermore, she wants an apology from King Charles for not knowing that he feels the way that he does not know he feels. I think that Meghan is a megalomaniac. I think if given the opportunity, Meghan Markle would rule the world with that iron claw, the likes of which we have never seen before. Papa Doc cannot compare. Muammar Gaddafi, the only thing he has over Meghan is his better taste in fashion. Other than that, he's no match for the Markle. Saddam Hussein, nothing but a preschooler to this 11-year-old Procter & Gamble writer. Can you just imagine it? Bow down, peasants, it's our dear leader!
I, Meghan Megalomaniac Markle, do declare by the powers that I have invested in myself that no child born under this regime may carry the name Catherine or any derivative thereof. Hooray! There will be no Kates and there will be no Katies unless the name Katie is preceded by the name Wadey. Wadey Katie is allowed. So ordered, so it shall be.
But what she's missing that megalomaniacs have is the ambition. They're not lazy people. She's lazy. And I think that the reason why Meghan even wrote this letter to King Charles is because she's so paranoid. She's so worried that people will recognize that she was lazy. And if we can remember for a minute, the four of them sat on a stage talking about what work they'd be doing in the future. That's when they were the fabulous foursome or whatever.
It'd be wonderful if we could do another project or another campaign, a similar impact here together, or as a unit, as a family.
Meghan was very paranoid and angry about her lack of contribution.
Yes, I mean, I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to once you hit the ground running.
And here she goes on to confusingly talk about how she hasn't hit the ground running, but she has behind the scenes quietly where nobody knows, or at least that's what she would like to do if she would do something. And it just goes into this psychotic rant.
If you're doing it quietly behind the scenes.
And the only thing hitting the ground running at this point is her mouth, and it has run away from her and she cannot catch it. Catherine was calm, heavily pregnant, extremely articulate, saying that whenever we decide what we can do, we'll do it together. And then Meghan immediately takes offense to that and is like, well, I've only been here 3 months. I mean, like, give me a break. Can you give me a break? And speaking of a break, I would like to take what I'm going to coin from here on, a petty pause. Please let me know down in the comments if you like petty pauses. This is where I comment on Meghan Markle's bad choices, as petty as they may be. Here she's wearing a blouse with pilot epaulets. Why, in God's green earth, would they create a blouse which is sleeveless and then put epaulets on it? Either it's on a blazer or it's on a full-length shirt, right?
I've just been here for 3 months, right?
3 months is a bloody long time, okay? For you to not come up with a simple plan of what you wanted to do, and you could have done anything. And I really wish that you had chosen something to do instead of letting the Queen decide what you had to do, which was being the representative of the Commonwealth, because surely that was not where your heart was. But I'm getting off track. So how did they ask? And I've been thinking about this for years. How did they ask about the child's skin color? That was so offensive. Were they like, once Harry puts that baby in you, do you think that the bloody skin color will look like a gorilla? Here's what I think. I actually don't think that anyone ever asked about the skin color of the child. I think the person probably asked, do you think the child will be a redhead? Because her father, Thomas Markle, is a redhead. She's covered in freckles, which we're going to get to her new look, by the way. But she definitely carries the recessive gene, the redhead gene, the freckle gene. I would think the only thing that would be interesting to ask at that point, the way she looks, is to say, do you think the child is going to have red hair and freckles? That's what I think happened. That's my take. I think that's what the person asked. Okay? And she spun it in a whole different way. So the interview happened. She wrote King Charles after the interview because she was so paranoid of the backlash that would probably happen. And when that backlash came, at least she could say, oh, well, I got an apology from King Charles. He apologized. Just like she said about Catherine.
She owned it and she apologized and she brought me flowers and a note apologizing, and she did what I would do if I knew that I hurt someone, right? To just take accountability for it.
Imagine how psychotic this sounds. She did what I would do. Well, I don't believe that either. I don't believe she would do anything you would do, and I don't believe she apologized. How about that? What she should have done is explain it to the public that she told the story to, like us. She should have told us what was really said and who said it. Instead, she decided to write King Charles in tandem with asking him for an apology. There is not much that's really been revealed other than that. So I don't know why people are making a big deal of it. This is a nothing burger. But I wanted to get to her new appearance. Okay, so she went on her friend's TED Talk, her friend.
Our next speaker has an unmatched eye for a good photograph. I've experienced his talent firsthand as he has captured many meaningful milestones for me and my family. And I know there are many others who share in this experience. His lens has photographed everything from events that have changed the world, invisible moments we all desperately needed to see, along with some of the planet's most recognizable faces. But this was not always his path, and you might be surprised to hear not who, but what he credits for his success. I am so thrilled to welcome to the TED stage my dear friend, Miss Anne Harriman.
And here you can see that she's reading a script, so she can't even memorize lines anymore. Yeah, and she does nothing but an introduction. So let's just read this article. There's a lot in here. Meghan Markle sparks surgery speculation with new look. She wants to be Kate Middleton. Is Meghan a copy Kate? I've always been genuinely worried about her obsession with Kate Middleton, so I'm not surprised that other people picked up on that. Markle debuted a sleek, straightened hairstyle as she appeared via video link at her photographer friend, Miss Harriman. There's no E though. Harriman's TED Talk over the weekend, sparking speculation among social media watchdogs. Because she's in the sun a lot more, probably in Montecito, I think she's using spray tan to just even out the freckles. That's why I think we all have been like, what's going on with her spray tan? Another claim, Markle 41 had changed the color of her eyes. Oh, by the way, this hair is a wig. Okay, so I'm just going to look at it like this. This is her face. This is her head. You can see how big the outline here is. This is a wig. So her hair is up underneath hair. That's why it's so full. Because if you have your hair so sleek and straight, it's going to be pasted down to your head. It's straight from the root. But this is a wig and it's on top of her hair, and that's why it's buffed out. It almost looks like she would have had other type of hair underneath of this wig. And then they talk about whether or not Meghan Markle was really trying to look not like Kate, but like other celebrities in Hollywood where she now resides, and the pressure is on to look like them. And they're saying that explains her public absence. All right, let's move on here. Yeah. And whether she decided not to attend the coronation because she wants to appear as a martyr and that she's shunned and whatever. And that really works out well for her. There's no other choice. There's no other choice but to keep her out of the coronation because she's too much of a liability. There are too many issues. And speaking of issues, Meghan Markle seems to be losing sponsors all around. In today's news, heiress Kayla Rockefeller takes aim at Meghan Markle, saying Duchess's popularity has seriously waned in the US because she's viewed as too controversial. Kayla Rockefeller, if you remember, is a jewelry designer who designed some jewelry for Meghan Markle. And at this point, she wants Meghan Markle to cease and desist from wearing her products, essentially. Allegedly, for legal purposes and so on and so forth. Oh my gosh, there was a backlash. Okay, here it is. Okay, so the sugars have come in her defense, right? You're accusing Meghan of having plastic surgery when your whole online persona is AI generated. Girl, bye. Meghan doesn't need plastic surgery. She is sun-kissed, getting love and moisturized. That is glove. Another cheered. No, I'm laughing, right? Because let me tell you why Meghan Markle should not want fame or publicity. Because we know she does, but let me tell you why she should not want it. Because her supporters are so unhinged, so psychotic, that I would be like, oh, the only people who like me are bots. Yeah, that was my take on it. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching me. Please don't forget to subscribe, press the bell notification so you know when I'm coming out with my next video. And do like the video if you did like it. You have to laugh, otherwise you'll cry. You have to laugh at these things. Oh, I know what I forgot to say. The cosmetic surgery that people think she has. Let me tell you something. Meghan Markle has really bad taste in clothes. But I think with the cosmetic surgery, she doesn't have a choice unless she's Michael Jackson, goes all the way there. With her altering her face, I think most surgeons will tell her exactly how to do it. And so at least we don't get her bad taste in terms of her cosmetic surgery. So be thankful for little mercies, shall we? Yes, let's do that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching me. I love you guys so much. And please don't forget to subscribe, press the bell notification, and like the video if you did like it. And I'll be coming out with another one shortly. Love you forever. Love you.